We're all getting ready to go out on the Mercedes-Benz World Track here, and there's a couple of likely looking people in this car. Hello. What are you doing then?
We're heading across the Mercedes-Benz world and do some laps in the Bentley.
Some parade laps.
That's it, exactly, yeah.
This is an exhibit in the museum.
Yes, this, yeah.
This one?
It's in the ERA shed. It's a 4.5 litre Bentley that raced here in period. It was driven by Tim Birkin. So great history behind it.
Good history on this car, isn't it? And you've been out on the track this morning with the Napier.
I was, yeah. We were on the finishing straight this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough life, but I don't complain.
Yeah, it looked pretty bumpy going up the finishing straight there this morning.
Top
It's
of
a
it,
bit rough.
quite bumpy, yeah.
And you're out the Napier and your Atom.
And the Atom as well, yeah.
And you had a passenger in the Atom.
I did, yeah.
What was that like?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It looked pretty scary, really. Was it scary?
It's a good dose of adrenaline.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, it's quite hard off the start line there, and then very bumpy going all the way up.
I couldn't let that Jaguar beat us, could we?
No, quite right too. Yeah, you were holding on hard to get through that tiny little gap, wasn't it? And now we're going to do some parade laps. Well, I think it's your last day, isn't it?
It is, sadly. But not my last day at Brooklands ever. I'll be back somehow.
You're going to be back at some point.
Visiting, volunteering, or maybe as a casual member of staff.
Yeah.
Can't let it go.
No, well, I think once you get here, it's a bit like me. I left here, 2020? So, we're nearly 2025 now, and I'm still doing this.
That's it.
Still getting involved. And once you get involved, it's very hard to break away
Gets under your
completely.
skin, and so it should. It's a very special place.
That's right. So, we're going to go out on Mercedes-Benz World Track, do some circuits in this. Are you going out now, or is this the younger ones going out first?
Just waiting for the signal to go. We're nearly there, I think.
All right. Get a bit noisy now. Well, good luck. Have fun. Good luck for the future.
Thank you very much.
Bye now. Okay, now we're in the line. The line is starting to move a bit, so we're going to have to be a bit quick. So we're going to look at this. It's a Turner. Very low. I'm going to have to bend down to get down here. Oh, it's a long way down, this one, isn't it? So it's a Turner, but what is it?
Ex-Johnny Miles, British championship winning car from 64. And never been beaten. This is the one that beat all the Cobras.
Yeah.
The Works Jaguars, Lotus, Chevrons, variety of owners. Tony Broom, Tony Dunderdale, John Miles, Mark Hales, and I bought it in '86.
So you've had it quite a long time as well, then?
A few years now.
Yeah. Do you race it?
Yep.
You do?
I've got other cars which I race, touring cars and that.
Right.
Super saloons, and I show this at Retro, NEC. I'll go all over Europe, Spa. Holds a record, just broke the lap record for the class. Brands Hatch Indy 46.34.
Really?
She's got a hot rod engine cam at the moment, so she'll do 90 in first and then start petering out against the big brake horsepower cars.
That's pretty
but she
rapid,
only weighs
isn't it?
465.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very light, isn't it? Goodness. It looks very cramped.
Very. It's all rivets.
Yeah.
All rivets and alley, and it gets a bit hot in here.
I can imagine it does.
But
me.
Saves me going on a diet.
Well, it's good to see these cars still being used competitively.
Wonderful. You have to really drive them. They're not an easy car to drive.
No.
You have to drive it literally 10 tents and get her floating.
Right.
But I can go into a paddock at Brands Hatch at 140, and I can carry through 125 through it. I mean, the big boys will have me on the straights. This will go out around about 158, where the Cobras are 170. It
must seem, in a very low, very small car, really fast.
Yeah, you're quite low to the ground here.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I mean, it does. The heat in here gets. I can lose half a stone on 1 hour race.
Gosh.
Yeah, so the wife said to me, "Oh, you look slimmer."
Yeah. Right. I would put a bit more weight. I'll just go in the car for a bit then.
Well, I found the like the slicks. If I use them, it takes a couple of laps to warm them up. So I keep my wets on.
Right.
The car's so light, it warms them up quickly, and I don't wear them out.
Lovely. Excellent. Well,
I'll do 10-lap race in it.
And, what's your name?
Chris Greville.
Chris Revel. Okay, lovely, Chris. Well, thanks for that. And enjoy your few gentle laps around Mercedes-Benz World.
Gentle? What's that word?
We'll be watching.
Yeah.
Thanks. We're still waiting in the line of cars ready to go out. I don't think they've opened the gates yet, so we might get a chance to talk to this chap in well, it's a Sunbeam Alpine, isn't it?
One of 250 that was specially made with a coupe roof, and they used Harrington's coach builders to do it, and it's one of about 40 that is still roadworthy, and one of only 2 that is actually competitively still action.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a coupe version of a Sunbeam Alpine.
They're not very common,
no.
And the truth is they're very heavy, because of the extra
weight on the top. Yeah.
They're not competitive for racing really, but they make a very good rally car. Previous owners did a lot of rallying with this. They did the Monte Carlo Classic at least 4 times, and it's done the Rally of the Tests 5 times. Okay. But my thing is circuit racing, so...
So you're still competing today in historic races? Yeah.
2, 3, 4 times a year.
Really?
I feel that I have a duty to keep the car
keep it running
active,
and keep it going,
keep its history going.
Yeah.
It's
so it is pretty rare. You don't see many like this, do you?
And it's I mean, there are some very nicely restored cars, but apart from a respray in 1982, this is exactly how it is, and I just patch it up, fix it
up and keep it going. What sort of engine has this got?
It's a 1592cc engine.
Okay.
And
that's a standard Alpine engine?
Standard Alpine. You could have bought it with a stage 3 tuning from the factory. In my case, that was added in about 1980.
Right, so quite a bit later then.
So originally it was a very basic car.
Yeah.
But then the previous owners went to town on it.
Okay. Yeah, it's nice.
It's a lot of fun.
And you've got it down here at Brooklands today. You're about to go around Mercedes-Benz World Track.
Yep, I shall do my best not to spoil things.
I'm sure you'll be fine. There's a pace car in front, isn't there? Yeah. But I'm sure you guys just slow down a bit and then put your foot down.
Yes, I intend to be very nicely
You'll be well behaved,
and people can imagine the performance that it
lovely.
Can give.
So it's the car is a Sunbeam Harrington
Le Mans.
And Sunbeam Harrington Le Mans.
That is the celebration of the winning the index of thermal efficiency at the 1961 Le Mans race.
Okay.
In a Harrington roofed car.
Thermal efficiency.
And that, by the way, was the second prize effectively at Le Mans.
Okay.
It was designed to promote the French manufacturers like Panhard.
Yeah.
But annoyingly for the French, we won it in 1961, and that's why we got the name Le Mans on the.
That's why it's on the
car.
side here. Wow, it's lovely, and I'm sure you'll enjoy going around this circuit. Might be a bit more sedate than you're used to, though.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Then, cheers. What's your name? Before we...
Glenn Brackenridge.
Lovely. Thank you. Okay, we've got some of the older cars coming out now, and there's quite interesting ones. This is a, what is it? It's a Fiat Balilla. Hiya. Hello. Have I said that right? A Fiat Balilla?
Balila, yeah. Balila, 1935, yeah.
It's a 1935.
It's an ex-Brooklands racer as well, this one.
Oh, is it an actual genuine car?
It won
that's
here
raced
before pre-war.
Did it?
Yeah, it won its class. It was owned from new by a guy called Dickie Metcalfe, who was an MI5 double agent in the war.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, he's had some exploits, this car. So.
Yeah, was he the one that was racing it here?
He had it for 20 years, sold it in 55.
Yeah.
And he got 27 first places in total with it.
Really? That's
yeah,
a pretty
but it
good
won
gun,
here,
isn't
and
it?
it's done very well.
It's quite a rare sort of car. You don't really see these too much. You don't associate this sort of thing with Fiat.
There's about 24 of them. They were bodied in the UK in aluminium. The Italian ones were all steel bodied, but to get around taxation, they bodied these ones in alloy.
Right. So it's basically it's a Fiat chassis.
Yeah, it's all 508S, which is a 995cc 4-cylinder.
Right.
With a big carb on it.
And then when it came over here, do we know who it was bodied by? Or?
It was bodied by Fiat in Luton, actually. They had them all bodied the same, so they're all slightly different. They've got a slightly taller tail fin on the UK cars, but otherwise they look the same as the Italian ones.
So designed as a racing car?
Yes, it was a race. Yeah. They were all designed to club racing, basically.
No sort of ordinary road going equivalent.
You could take it to the shops or go racing. I mean, he used to drive to every racetrack and then drive it home afterwards, unless he blew up. He supercharged it and wrecked the engine, I think, in 37, and put another 508S engine in, but it's still normally aspirated and.
Nice. How long have you had it?
10 years.
Have you?
I found it in Italy, actually. It was in Italy, but it was one of the English cars, so I brought it back.
Yeah. So it come over here, and then it gone back over there again somehow.
Yeah, but it's a British Balila.
Now back here again.
Yeah, so it's
pretty rare machine. Nice
yeah,
to
it's
see
lovely. I like it.
This. Yeah, and back at Brooklands.
Yeah,
of course, where it had its heyday.
Yeah, so I mean, I'd go to the shops in it, or I'd take it on the M25 to go home. So it's 50 mile. Well, it'll do 80 miles an hour happily.
Okay.
So
I'm not sure I'm comfortable on the M25 in it somehow, but
people give you a lot of space. So.
Yeah, lovely. Good to see it. And you're about to go around the track. I think they'd be all moving off a little bit at the front there by the look of it. Yeah. So we'll need to get on with it. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
What was your name?
Paul de Touris.